Today, I wanted to talk about daily actions for success. Daily actions for success is building a routine. Remember, you fall to the level of your systems. So, building in a routine is what? What does that mean? Daily actions. What does that mean? Is that what we would call creating consistency within your life? What does that look like? Daily actions for success. See, it's easy to create a plan and you write it down. You write this plan down, and then with that plan, you write down your strengths and how your strengths come into play, your weaknesses and how you can navigate your weaknesses, the action steps that you're going to take. That's all planned. And then you say, well, I need to get this done every single day. And for examples, let's say exercise routine. When I add an exercise routine every single day, I need to exercise so that I feel great, so that I can achieve my goals. 7 days go by. You showed up 2 or 3 times to the exercise and you felt good when you did it. But after 7 days, you said, man, I didn't do it 4 times. And you start to get discouraged. And you start to get further discouraged thinking about it. I didn't show up 4 times. Well, first and foremost, let's address that simple thought process. You should have that reverse thought. Reverse that. I showed up 3 times. That's 3 times more than I planned to show up. And it's 3 times more than I would have normally shown up. Success. That's number 1. Change that, reverse that thinking. If you're going to discourage yourself, you're going to defeat yourself. Defeat is ultimate failure. Failure is making a mistake, learning from it, and reflecting. The ultimate failure is having absolutely no hope and never getting back up again. Defeat. You don't ever want to defeat yourself. But let's get back on to what I wanted to talk about. Daily actions for success. Daily actions for success is understanding the concept of what you're planning and how you're planning, and then also understanding that life happens. Life happens, and so you're coming home from work and it took you an additional 30 minutes. It cut into your exercise routine, that additional 30 minutes, and you're like, I don't have time now. I don't have time for my 2-hour workout routine. I'll just skip it. Well, that goes on day in and day out. It's tourist season, and so all of a sudden you've missed 2 weeks worth of exercise routine. What's happening there? Is it the level of planning? Or is there something else that you can do to amplify your planning that will move you forward, keep you consistent, and keep you building that confidence in your actions? Because if you remember, not showing up for yourself or not showing up for what you've planned hits on your confidence, hits on your self-esteem. And that's not for you to keep track of. Your subconscious keeps track of that. And so if you've planned to do an exercise routine and you show up each and every single day, you build confidence within. You build self-esteem within. You build self-respect within. Well, respect is the baseline for all relationships. So if you build self-respect within, you're building a better relationship with yourself. Once again, going off. So understand that there is something that you can do within your planning process that amplifies making sure that you're consistent with your routines. So, what is that? I would call this momentum for scale. The momentum for scaling process or momentum scaling process has a baseline and has a peak. Just imagine if you're looking off onto the horizon, that horizon, you see a peak, a mountain in the distance. And in that mountain, there's the very top, and at the bottom is the horizon where the mountain comes out of the flat ground. Just imagine that. Now, let's imagine that peak of the mountain is your absolute perfect scheduled, planned exercise routine. We'll use exercise as the example here. So it's the perfect scaled, I want 2 hours worth of exercise. It's going to be cardio and weight resistance and cold plunge. And so you have 2 hours, that's the peak. You put that in your plan. And if you don't hit it consistently, well, you're only planning for perfection. And if you're planning for perfection and you know that life is a journey, is not perfection, but is a journey, then you also have to plan for that horizon as well. The mountain's up here, the peak, and the baseline is here, the horizon line. And so you scale with momentum scaling. Your baseline is, at minimum, I do 15 minutes worth of cardio. 15 minutes worth of cardio, and I'll rotate it. If I have to do it multiple times a week, I'll do push-ups and pull-ups one day. I'll do a really quick, fast-paced walk the next day. I'll do a slight jog or an intermittent jog the next day. That is my baseline, 15 minutes. No matter what, usually I'll be able to do 15 minutes. No matter what, I'll show up for myself at minimum for 15 minutes. Then you have your peak. 2 hours. Just like we outlined, 2 hours, cardio, resistance training, cold plunge. Maybe build a couple in between there. 2 hours, an hour and 30, an hour, 30, 15. And then you could show up based upon how the day went. And you still show up for yourself. Your momentum building in regards to the plan for your health. In the process, you're still showing up for yourself and you're respecting yourself. And as you're respecting yourself, you're building confidence for yourself. You're building a relationship with yourself. And you're a little bit better off every single day you show up for yourself. The consistency is there. If you were to think about Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he first started going to the gym, then let's fast forward to Arnold Schwarzenegger now. A podcaster, I don't remember the name, but a podcaster had asked him at one point in time, Arnold, today you went to the gym. At your age, why do you still do it? Are you going for any kind of show? Are you still trying to perform and show, And Arnold said, no. It's in my DNA. I've showed up for myself so many times. It's just what I do. It's who I am. On the day that I die, I will still show up to the gym. Now, I paraphrase that. I didn't quote it because I don't know the exact quotes, but it was a powerful story. It shows you that the successful people don't look at, I got to go do this now. And they don't look at it as, I'm so discouraged because I missed it this time. They say, this is who I am. This is me. This is what's going to get me what I want. And then they go do it. As you build your North Star and as you build your plan, you build your milestones, you build your stepping stones, and then you build your granular daily goals. What needs to be built within those daily granular goals is consistency. With consistency, you need to understand life is not perfect. And so if you build within your plans a 2-hour workout routine, understand that 2 hours is the perfection of your plan being executed every single day at that level. That takes practice along your journey. But consistently showing up and hitting that peak could be difficult at times. So instead of only going for perfection, say, I can still show up at the baseline of 15 minutes. And then I will build a scaling momentum towards that 2 hours. And on the days that I can do the 2 hours, I will do the 2 hours. But your momentum scaling is that peak and that baseline. Now, this concept can be done, like I said, in anything that you do, anything you plan to do. And that's the beautiful thing about this concept, is you can scale it as you need to, as life happens. I hope this has helped. Remember, you've got this.